Yeah. Good afternoon, friends. Good evening, rather. Welcome on a Sunday evening for our follow-up session on the season 1 webinar on health and wellness. I am really delighted and happy that so many attendees have already joined in for our session. In order to recap uh, what we had talked about in the session 1, number of initially we had Dr. Amitabh Datta, who had introduced about health and wellness, how health is different from wellness, how health as a definition of WHO is a spiritual, mental and social well-being, whereas wellness was a state of feeling good. So what he typically elaborated was that feeling of wellness with greater alignment of your physical body, that is Sthul Sharir, with your Sukshma Sharir, that is the soul. So that is where he talked about the difference between wellness and health. Then we had Dr. Parveen Bhatia, who spoke about the need for staying positive in the COVID times. After that, we had Dr. Desai, who talked about the mental wellness, especially during COVID times. And lastly, we had Dr. Singla, who spoke about managing obesity, especially with the current times. So with this, we are trying to host this follow-up session. Typically, you would not see such follow-up sessions after a webinar, but we as a group of doctors, we decided that a follow-up session is essential so as to give the participants a long session, an hour session, so as to ask questions related to the webinar which was done, number one, or any other questions that is there in their mind, so that we can actually address that in our next session. Our next session is due on January 8th, which we will actually formally communicate to all of you. So to begin this session, let me introduce myself. Namaskar. This is Dr. Shama Nagarajan, your host for this session today. And I am a pediatrician and a hospital administrator and a health administrator trained from All India Institute of Medical Sciences, and have served extensively in health sector, both in public and private sector for last 25 years. And today's session will be managed and addressed by Dr. Amitabh Datta, my colleague and co-host. Dr. Datta is a postgraduate in anesthesia from PGI Chandigarh, and is also a PG diploma in human rights. He's a professor of anesthesiology at Sir Gangaram Hospital, and is a member secretary to the committee of Gangaram Institute of Medical Education and Research. It is his passion for botany and botanical medicine that he founded the Whole Leaf Initiative. And this Whole Leaf Initiative, along with the other modern medicine clinicians, researcher, botanists, has been put forth to you as Whole Leaves. And we, along with Mart Global Solutions, Samantran Private Limited, and Apus Research Foundation, are bringing forth this webinar series on health and wellness for spreading the knowledge and understanding better about plant medicine and plant systems, how it can help us to ensure wellness going forward. Thank you very much. Over to you, Dr. Amitabh. I will read out the questions. Apologies for coming on late on the webinar. We were giving people some time. I would now request the attendees and the participants to actually type your questions on the chat box or raise your hand and type your questions so that we can put it forth to Dr. Amitabh, and he will be answering each one of them at length. So we have time till 7:30. We have decent amount of time. Thank you very much. Over to Dr. Amitabh. He will give a small presentation on what he spoke last time, and then we open the session. So start putting your questions on the chat box, please. Thank you, participants. Over to you, Dr. Dutta.
Thank you, Dr. Sharma. First of all, I thank everybody to come over, and I find these people who have joined us again for a follow-up session as a serious contender for looking into their health. Like last time, I'll present only for 5 minutes the context, what is health and what is wellness, and where we stand. Only 5 minute session, so that you come into this session more oriented and more aware about what you need to ask. So I'll just share my screen and talk about 5 minutes before looking into questions you will be putting up to me and Dr. Shyama Nagarajan. So here we go. Okay, is it visible to all? Is it shared, Dr. Shyama?
Yes, it is visible to all.
Okay, so I'll start. I'll be talking about health and wellness, and I'll keep it very simple so that everybody who is joining us can understand the context actually. I'll not go into deeper, but they can put up deeper questions to me so that I can answer them. Thank you. I'll start here. I'll start with the World Health Organization definition of health. Health is a state of complete physical, mental, and social well-being, and not merely the absence of disease or infirmity. I'll go on to wellness. Wellness has a prolonged definition over and above that of health. So wellness is a optimal health and vitality encompassing physical, emotional, intellectual, spiritual, interpersonal, social, and environmental well-being. Now you can see wellness is a new concept, but it has a longer definition. So what is the difference here? If we look at components of health and wellness, we see they are almost exactly the same. That is physical, mental, social terms comes in both the definition of health and wellness. So what are the differences? You can see now in the wellness, there is a component of intellectual capacity, spiritualized, interpersonal relationship, and how we deal with our environment. So what is the difference? Difference lies in emotional, intellectual, and spiritual. What all these things look, if we conglomerate all these three aspects into one, what we see is how we feel about ourselves and the people and the environment around. So wellness can be redefined. This is my definition when I started Whole Lives, that is source to soul. I have defined wellness as a state of staying healthy and feeling the positivity of it, irrespective of the state of medical health one is in. That means to say, we can be fully healthy. Many people have never gotten unhealthy. So we can be healthy, we can be having an illness. And when we are having illness, if we address it, we are and we receive treatment for it, we can compensate for that illness and get healthy again. But some people are not looking after themselves properly, so they live with the state of uncompensated health. That means they live along with their illness. And there are fourth and very important aspect is survival or survivor on rehabilitation or palliation. What does it mean? If we go back to the definition of health, it is written there, it is not merely the absence of disease or infirmity. Survival means cancer survivors or some major illness survivor, sepsis survivor, COVID-19 survivors. So these survivors needs to be given importance, and they needs to be cared in a way they can be progress towards their better health. And another thing is when the patient get traumatized, get a limb injury, then treating that limb is again a part of physiotherapy and rehabilitation. Palliation contexts come in place when we are talking about cancer or diseases of old age. So, well, I will summarize here. Wellness is a dynamic process which involves actively gaining knowledge to get more aware, making active choices to progress towards health, and actively setting short goals to achieve. That means to say, when health is to wellness, the mind is to mindfulness. So, my friends, we need to have a mind and mindfulness to look into, to get aware, to get knowledgeable, and walk towards our health. Therefore, health is a consequence of active wellness. We need to involve our mind and everything we have to move towards our own health. Nobody is going to come otherwise and look into your health. We have to take our own decision. So the choice is ours. You can be ill because you feel negative about your health, or you can be well if you feel positive about it. So from here on, I open this session for question and answer. Dr. Shyama, it is over to you for taking the questions forward. Thank you.
Okay. So, Dr. Datta, the first question that we have received is from Lochapji. Lochapji is asking that after recovery from corona, how could you come out of the weakness?
There are three aspects to it. Number one is nutritional upheaval. Number two is you need to stay positive about it and feel that time is going to pass away. Number three is specific wellness. Okay. COVID-19 disease has a typical follow through. After the patients get treated of COVID-19, there are 3-4 complications that comes along after that. One is weakness, second is joint pain, third is inability to eat or drink anything actively so that you gain your nutritional status back very quickly. So the problem is that because of the hyperimmunity that the body possesses and fights with the COVID-19, what it does, it suppresses the liver function. So when liver function is low, then whatever you take, whatever food you take, it doesn't get assimilated. Secondly, with the liver function depressed, you will not feel like having appetite to eat or interest to it. So during this first week of post-COVID status, you need to stay active in your mind and be positive. When the first 7 days phase passes over, you start looking into your routine eating, not going out to eat golgappas and all, because sometimes you feel like going for take eating as a fun. Here what happens is you end up getting more problematic things inside your body. So first week, stay strong. Second week, start eating home food. Third week, you start specific wellness. That we will be able to elaborate later on, because it's a full scope solution to what can be done. But only one thing I can suggest here is, in the patients who are coming to our hospital in the third week of post-COVID disease, they're having their artery and veins getting blocked in the legs. The legs and fingers are getting black. The lungs are getting thrombus, that is clots of blood getting there inside the lungs, inside the leg arteries and all. So I would advise that if you have a uneasy in your calf muscle, don't get it massaged, because we have encountered people coming with sudden cardiac arrest because of this, sudden brain stroke because of this. So first 3 weeks, stay low, stay active. And to combat this thrombus or I mean blood clotting post-COVID disease, I had introduced this in January 2020, before the COVID even arrived. That is Rakt Rakshak blend. 7 of my patients who were taking this Rakt Rakshak blend, they got COVID. They got away with everything, despite they were 50 plus and having host of diseases. Thank you.
So, Dr. Datta, just to take it to take the discussion further before we go to question from Mr. Benjamin Matthews. The first week you said that you should stay put, and
Yeah.
the second week you should take home food. तो थोड़ा सा हम हिंदी में भी इसको बता दें कि मतलब अगर हम फर्स्ट वीक में स्टे पुट का मतलब क्या है, किस तरह का खाना खाना चाहिए,
I'll tell you that.
हाँ
Yeah.
थोड़ा सा इलेबोरेट कर दें, और ये भी इलेबोरेट करिए, आपने रक्त रक्षक ब्लेंड के बारे में बोला, तो इसके अंदर में क्या चीजें हैं जो कि जो आप ब्लड क्लॉट्स की बात करते हैं इसको प्रिवेंट करता है?
Okay. So first step, that means to say, stay on fruits and lots of fluids, such as a banana every 4 hours, a nimbu pani every 4 hours along with banana, and having very light diet like khichdi or more dal and less of rice. Don't go into parathas and all. I mean, you can have bina ghee ke khana kha sakte hain for 1 week, so that your liver is getting ready, getting back to assimilate the wellness of the food or nutrition we take at home. This is first week. Second week onwards, you can start taking full meals, full solid 4 times meal. Okay. And in the third week, you can start this Rakt Rakshak blend once your liver function is normal. Because if liver function is not normal, ना तो आपको खाना काम करेगा, ना तो कोई दवाइयाँ काम करेगी, ना ही आपको कोई भी एक्टिव चीजें जो पेट के थ्रू जाती हैं, ओरल आई मीन आप मुंह से खाते हो और बॉडी को लगनी होती हैं, that will not be taken up. So let your liver come back to the normal before you start looking into nutritional and wellness upheaval. One important point is, don't take too many drugs like paracetamol, Dolo, or painkillers during that period, this 3 weeks period, because your liver is not functioning properly. So what happens is, these painkillers or this muscle relaxant can go on to attack your kidney function also. So what I believe is, stay put, stay light on your diet, and start looking for knowledge that will help you get over this phase. Regarding Rakt Rakshak blend, we have 5-6 leaf in that blend, and that is blended together based on evidence of botanical medicine and botany. What it does, it combines the best active ingredient of the 5 leaves. I can name a few: neem, papaya. These kind of leaves, 5 leaves are there in Rakshak blend, and all these leaves have a tendency to preserve your platelet, red blood cell, and hemoglobin from getting disintegrated. So if you take this leaves blend regularly, then what happens is, your blood remains fluid, it doesn't clot, and the problem or complication related to blood clotting after COVID or during COVID will be lessened. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Amitabh. Just to recap for everybody, आपने ये बोला कि पहला वीक में you should take soft diet, जैसा बनाना है या खिचड़ी है, और lots of fluid, नींबू पानी घर का बना हुआ, वो भी मतलब instead of external juices या pre-prepared juices, tetra packs की जगह घर में से जूस बना के खूब सारा पिए. That's first week. Staying positive about it. एंड सेकेंड वीक के नॉर्मल खाना जैसा है वैसे खाने के बाद, एंड देन थर्ड वीक में से वी कैन स्टार्ट रक्त रक्षक एज. क्या ये रक्त रक्षक क्या हम रेगुलरली भी ले सकते हैं?
एक्चुअली यू कैन टेक रेगुलरली. rather when we are hypertensive, ब्लड प्रेशर होता है हमको, डायबिटीज होती है या कार्डियक डिजीज होती है, we take lot of मुट्ठी भर के दवाइयाँ खाते रहते हैं जिंदगी भर, but you see they never treat you, but they prevent from a complication happening because of those diseases. उस बीमारियों से जो complication होता है उसको prevent करने की कोशिश करती है, but the disease never get treated. But हमारे सराउंडिंग में जो पेड़ पौधों की जो औषधियां हैं या उसके अच्छे गुण हैं, जो हम साग में खाते हैं, मेथी का साग, दिस एंड दैट, सर्दियों में सीजनल चीजें खाते हैं, साग खाते हैं एंड ऑल. सो इफ वी टेक इनटू अ रेगुलर रूटीन इन द मॉर्निंग एम्प्टी स्टमक, it will help if you stay along with it for life to come. and they have no side effect. They will give you only health and health and health. So it's just a matter of getting disciplined on. हम चाय पीते हैं ना, काली चाय काढ़ के उसको एसिड बना के and this and that करके हम पीते हैं. If you can start on this also, and if you can stick to this as a routine, life routine or health routine, yeah, wellness routine, you will see that you are getting ill less often. आपको खांसी जुकाम नहीं होगा, आपको अनइजीनेस नहीं होगी, नींद ठीक से आएगी, बदहजमी नहीं होगी. This and that. They are very soft pointers.
Okay. So thank you, Dr. Datta. The second question is from Mr. Benjamin Matthews. He has asked that in the era of over communication and quasi-health specialists sharing rather conflicting information, where do you go and seek the relevant awareness? What would be the 5 things that we need to do in this concept of wellness?
Okay, that's a very interesting question, and I will have to answer it systematically. First, you should be careful about yourself. You should have a mind to be careful about yourself. For that, you need to sit together with yourself and having you as yourself own as a friend and talk to yourself. If you can do it in front of mirror, or if you can put off the light and sit with yourself every day half an hour, then this first step is cleared. That means having a mind for your health. Okay. Number two, what we do is we need to align ourselves with the nature, the lunar and solar cycle. We need not stay awake till late night, and we need not sleep during the daytime. We need to align our circadian rhythm of the body with the lunar and solar cycle. That means we align ourselves with the nature. Number 3, you need to be aware of your health, because your body and mind is going to give you everything in your life. Failures, successes, frustrations, and good things, and everything is related to your mind and how your health is. So you should be looking into your mental health also and physical health also. You need to be aware that you need to look into these 2 things. So number 1 is sit with yourself, develop a mind. Number 2 is get aligned with the nature. Number 3 is having an awareness about your health. Number 4 is start looking into knowledge. Seeking knowledge behavior hona chahiye for your own health, so that you will know where to go first. And 5th, you need to go to a physician who is known to your family for long. I mean, पहले तो ऐसे होता था कि generation together we used to have our family physician, but that practice is moving off. What we do is whenever we get ill, we ask one thing, डॉक्टर दत्ता आप बताइए बेस्ट सर्जन कौन है इंडिया का, आई विल गो टू दैट. ऐसा कुछ नहीं होता है. There is no best surgeon. Every surgeon is best because everybody has trained themselves well and they are earning out of it. So more or less all the surgeons are above average in their art. So there is no best surgeon. Likewise, there is no best physician. So you need to get to the doctor who your family trusts, who your father used to trust. You go to him. Then there are many ways to look into it, how to move forward. So these are the 5 things, Dr. Ben. Dr. Ben now, because you are asking good questions.
Yeah, so I think, I would like to add here, just to elaborate what you have suggested, Dr. Datta, is that when we are talking about where do I seek awareness? So instead of using Google Bhai to give you all answers, you should seek answers from specialists in their own area. And there are a lot of research publications which are already there in the subjects which are peer reviewed. So peer reviewed publications में ढूंढ सकते हैं हम जवाब. And some of it's very important, like Dr. Datta said, कि भाई you should go to the general practitioner who has been your family physician. That's 1. 2 is you should also go back to the farmer himself. Say in order to, जैसे आपको आपका डॉक्टर पता होता है खाना कहाँ से खा रहे हैं, इसके लिए ideally speaking you should know where your food comes from. हम इतना मेहनत नहीं करते हैं, जानने की कोशिश नहीं करते हैं, but इस ग्रुप में भी बहुत लोग होंगे जिनका अपना खेती होगा, खेत होगा. So try and understand from the farmers that where you are getting the right kind of food. ऐसे ही doctors से भी you should understand that where have they studied from, which are the institutes that they have studied from, the antecedents, the history, and that is the kind of people. तो जैसे डॉक्टर साहब ने बोला कि कोई बेस्ट होता नहीं है, टिपिकली हम कोई SMS गवर्नमेंट मेडिकल कॉलेज जयपुर से पढ़ के आया है, एम्स से पढ़ के आया, PGI से पढ़ के आया, तो हम क्यों बोलते हैं अच्छा है? कि मैक्सिमम डॉक्टर्स एक 80% लेवल पे पहुंच जाते हैं, जो कि एवरेज से भी बहुत ऊंचा होता है. दैट इज व्हाई वी कोवेट दिस इंस्टीट्यूशन. CMC वेल्लोर का डॉक्टर अच्छा होगा क्यों बोलते हैं? दैट्स बिकॉज ऑफ दैट कि उसकी ट्रेनिंग इतनी रिगरस होती है कि आप एक लेवल पे पहले ही पहुंच चुके होते हो. तो इसीलिए यू लुक फॉर पीपल हु हैव trained themselves from such institutes, who have peer-reviewed articles, and read from those articles and try and understand more about yourself. And जैसे जो पहली बात डॉक्टर दत्ता ने बोला था कि wellness is a feeling. अगर आपने कोई चीज लिया और उससे आपको फर्क नहीं पड़ा, आपको खुद को अच्छा नहीं लगा, तो वो प्रोबेबली आपके सिस्टम के लिए वो ठीक नहीं है. To probably give you an example about gluten sensitivity, रोटी शायद सबको फिट सूट नहीं करती है. एक साउथ इंडियन चावल खा के ज्यादा खुश होता है, एक नॉर्थ इंडियन रोटी खा के ज्यादा खुश होता है. तो वेलनेस उसका चावल से प्रोड्यूस होता है, एक अदर सेट ऑफ इंडियन के लिए वेलनेस जो है रोटी से आ रहा है. तो वी नीड टू अंडरस्टैंड दैट. एम आई करेक्ट डॉक्टर दत्ता?
एब्सोल्युटली
करेक्ट. सो द रेलेवेंस and the awareness emerges from what you have been trained within your family to eat. So it emerges from there. So जैसा पूरी और सूजी यहाँ का ट्रेडिशन है पूजा में बनाने का. So that is one way of ensuring that ये हमारा खाने का चीज है. तो जो आपका डे टू डे खाया जाता है उसी में आपका बॉडी फिट रहता है. ओवरनाइट ऑलिव ऑयल को चेंज कर देना, overnight all western kind of food you start eating, हमारा बदन इतना चीज और एग डाइजेस्ट नहीं कर पाता, रेड मीट डाइजेस्ट नहीं कर पाता. we as Indians cannot digest that. So we should be very aware that we should not go into those kind of diet immediately overnight. That's an awareness that what we have been traditionally doing. So going back to the basics. Yeah, please.
An easy answer to this is go back to what your mother was giving you for food, for your nashta, for your evening supper, for your dinner. What practices she used to follow till the time you grew up and got independent of her. So because your constitution was grown up on those kind of foods, you go back to that food. That is health for you actually. But what we do is, after we get married, or if when we get independent of our mother and go somewhere else, stay in a hostel and lead an independent life while studying, we go off the food system which our mother had created for ourselves, and we got grown over to adulthood with that kind of food. So for you, that food which was constitutionally there with you from your childhood till adulthood is the health for you, health food for you. Don't experiment with food. Thank you.
Yeah, exactly. No. So that is one of the elaborations. Just to stretch that elaboration further, like Mr. Matthews, you are from Kerala. Traditionally, you people drink jeera water, ajwain water. You have pepper in your diet. So those are something which are naturally anti-inflammatories which are being given, and they in their small quantities automatically ensure that you do not get sick. ट्रॉपिकल कंट्रीज में ट्रेडिशनली अगर देखें, हमारे यहाँ फ्रोजन चीजें खाने की आदत है ही नहीं. हम खाना बनाते हैं, सुबह बनाते हैं, शाम तक कंज्यूम करते हैं. अचार जैसे कुछ कुछ चीजें हैं जिनको हम प्रिजर्व करते हैं. दैट इज व्हाई दे हैव रिच ऑयल बेस एंड रिच सॉल्ट बेस एंड chili based in that. ठीक है? So these are certain things that we have to know, that we have to go back to our traditional way of living, and that is best for us. And I can tell you, as a doctor, we are as a pediatrician, I used to see a lot of children with gluten sensitivity, celiac disease, inflammatory bowel disease, most common in the northern side of the country, because हम wheat खाना शुरू कर दिए. अगर आप असली में किसी भी नॉर्थ इंडियन से पूछिए तो बोलेंगे कि हमारे ट्रेडिशनली तो हम मक्के की रोटी, बाजरे की रोटी, ये सब खाते थे। हमारे में गेहूं का रोटी कोई खाता ही नहीं था ट्रेडिशनली, जिसको हम सी क्लास सीरियल्स बोलते हैं। इंडिया में प्राइमरली वो खाया जाता था। हमने गेहूं बाहर से लिया और गेहूं के लिए हम बने नहीं हैं। एंड अब उस पे आप फर्दर उसको रिफाइन कर देते हो, तो रिफाइन करके व्हाट हैपेंस इज रफेज भी नहीं मिल रहा है आपके पास। सो व्हाट यू लैंड अप इज यू आर actually putting a lot of load on your GI system. Coming back to something like a milk, Jain tradition does not expect you to drink milk. As such, also no animal takes milk after it weans off from the mother's milk. They don't take. But we as human, we continue to take. Dr. Bhatia made a very valid point in our last seminar that ki aap bone density ये सब की जब बात करते हैं, बोन डेंसिटी कम्स विद फिजिकल एक्टिविटी rather than comes in with drinking milk और मिल्क प्रोडक्ट्स, राइट? जो हम करते हैं और हम सोचते हैं कि हमने एक ग्लास भर दूध पी लिया तो हमारा बोन डेंसिटी बढ़ जाता है. Monkey doesn't take milk, but monkey's bone density must be much better than many of us as humans, right? Because the monkey keeps moving from one tree to the other. It's very active. So the more you stay physically active, the better will be the bone density. The assimilation of food is better. Yahan point hai how to assimilate the food better. That is the point here. I hope we have responded to your query. So Dr. Datta, there is another question. Mr. N. Ganesh has asked, have we already gotten the vaccine for COVID? Is the vaccine ready?
Vaccine is around the corner.
Okay.
By Jan, March, you will be having 3 to 4 vaccine in the world.
Okay.
Vaccine from 3 to 4 sources. Johnson & Johnson is starting vaccine trials in India. Moderna is in last phase of the trial. Russia has completed. So there are many vaccines are going to come up in the first 6 months of 2021.
Okay, great. So any other question, friends? Doctor Sahab, agar while people will ask questions, can you tell where can we get this Rakt Rakshak blend that you spoke about?
I think this is a part of marketing team's response, but I'll be able to tell you. You can go to the Wholeaves website, you can go to amazon.in, or you can visit our office in Gurgaon to get it right now.
Okay, so the website is wholeleaves.in, right?
Yes.
Okay, fair enough.
And precisely, I'm not going into second level of health extrapolation of the questions asked, because it includes a lot of technicalities. So before we go into our second session, there we will talk about making few technical points and making it very simple to understand. Then it will invoke more questions, which will be I will be able to answer in more technical language, so which the people can understand. But one thing I can tell you, one thing, that once you get ill, you go to the doctor. Once you are not getting ill, what you are doing? Nothing. I want you to use this space between two illnesses to look after your health by promoting your wellness. And wellness is, there are general wellness, specific wellness, and your mental wellness. Okay. What do you mean by general wellness is, you need to keep your body detoxified, your liver function supple, and all your organ and physiological system working optimally. What is specific wellness? When you are getting ill, before that, body gives you sign, like you are going to for urination every too early. That is, sugar is getting deranged in your body. You are not able to eat properly, which you were able to do before. That means your liver is giving a signal that I am not well. Third thing, you are not been able to sleep properly. That means you are stressed and overworked. Fourth thing, when your calf muscle pain after you come back from your work in the evening, that means you have iron deficiency. For this kind of subtle signs, you should not go into denial mode, but you should address these problems And this is what we call general wellness. This will prolong the time between two illnesses for which you will seek health advice from a doctor. So your responsibility is to identify what is going wrong. Don't deny it. Try to address it with wellness and prolong the time between two point of time where you have to go to doctor. Otherwise, every month you have to go to doctor, and somebody will tell you have become hypochondriac. Okay, so that is my answer.
Yeah. Friends, those who want to ask question, please raise your hand. We can allow you to speak also, so that you can directly ask your questions instead of putting it on the chat box. Before you, so please raise your hands, those who want to ask question. There is one question, Dr. Amitabh, which has come from Mr. Bibhash Nag. He's asking, what are the preventive measures we have to take to overcome COVID-19 during the coming winter and the pollutions the way it is rising?
Very important question. And thank you for putting up this question, because Diwali is coming. Farmers are burning their pirali, and vehicular traffic is increasing because of the reopening of the lockdown. Okay, lock open kind of. And this situation is situating a environment which is toxic to our lungs health. So what you need to do is, if you, especially if you have been a COVID patient some time before, you need not go out as often you used to do unnecessary. You need to plan your getting out of your home very with a lot of finesse. That means you need to stagger the amount of time you spend outside, and the number of times you go out of your home to get some work done outside your home. Number two, what I mean to say is, if you go out into that polluted environment, your lungs have already taken a beating because of the COVID-19. Number two, if you are a smoker, it has compounded it. Number three, if you are keen on driving a CNG gas-driven vehicle or a diesel-driven vehicle, the fine molecule of this vehicle will cause more problem, because we have now got a tendency to put our mirrors of the glasses of our cars up and stay inside the car in full AC, or internal circulation air conditioning within the car. This adds to the problem. That is why I suggest everybody who are my close friend or who ask me to get a petrol car rather than diesel or CNG car. Third thing, stop smoking. Fourth, go for the lung health. That is, we have one Rakt Rakshak blend, then one more respiratory blend we have with us. You can have that continuously so as to ward off the negative issues that is being created by the environment and the way we'll try to live these days. Thank you.
Yes. Can you please allow Madam Rita Madan to speak?
100%, please.
Yes, Madam Madan.
Hello. Can you hear me, doctor?
Yes, we can hear you, ma'am. Please go ahead.
Okay. The smaller bones of the body, when they pain, you see, like the top portion of your thumb or the top portion of your engagement finger.
Okay.
When they start paining, what do they indicate? Like the pain will come and then it will go. It will come, it will go. What does this indicate?
So
does it indicate weather change or something going wrong in the body or in the diet?
Thank you, madam. I'll be able to answer you broadly this question. Hands and our foot are the most often used parts of the body. We use lot many times our hands and foot more than any part of our body. We rather overuse it. Then what happens is they also get tired. There are small muscles, get 20 to 30 muscles in foot and your hands. They also get tired, but because we overwork them, they get fatigued in the evening part or when you try to take rest. Number two, if your body is not detoxified, or if your body has gouty tendency or a tendency of having a rheumatoid arthritis, and if you are aging, so then these all 4 5 problems compound and gives you a lot of problem when you try to take rest. They typically, when you are working, they will not cause trouble, but when you are resting, then your knee joint, your foot, small joints of your foot, your thumb joint, they will give you a lot of pain. And you will be noticing sometimes when you wake up in the morning, your hands feel stuffy at the joints and all, and when you move it, then they become okay. So this indicates that your body needs to get detoxified. You need to relook into what you are trying to eat. You need to relook into how much you are working in a day. You have to look into whether you are overindulging in few things or that. And one more common problem for youngster is, whenever they feel that they should be looking into their health, they go to the gym straight away. Going to the gym straight away is very toxic for the body muscles, small muscle, ligaments, and bones. So you need to have a pre-gymming wellness regimen, which should last for 6 months before you start going to go for gymming. So what I'm trying to say is, it's we ignore the most important parts of our body, that means our hands and foot, which leads to a lot of problem when we try to take rest.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Dr. Amitabh. Yeah.
Thank you, Dr. Amitabh.
Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you. Ma'am, just to add there, typically how to keep it supple, how to keep it soft so that it doesn't pain much. One of the ways is that you should have, like Dr. Datta said, and earlier also in our first session, Dr. Singla also emphasized on the point that we should have a regime where we stop eating beyond sunset. वो हो नहीं पाता है, कम से कम 7 8 मैक्स 8:30 9 बजे तक डिनर कंप्लीट कर लेना चाहिए, ताकि हमें अपना पैनक्रियाज और लिवर को टाइम देना है ताकि वो डाइजेस्ट करे बिफोर यू गो टू बेड. एंड व्हेन यू गो ऑन टू बेड, इट इज यूजुअली बेटर विद द विंटर्स कमिंग इन कि द एक्सपोज्ड पार्ट्स ऑफ द बॉडी, जैसा आपका हैंड्स हैं, लेग्स हैं और फेस है, स्पेशली द टिप ऑफ योर नोज एंड द ईयर्स, इनमें आइदर आप क्रीम लगाएं या पहले जमाने में हम लोग सरसों का तेल लगा लेते थे, थोड़ा सा गरम करके उसको लगा के कवर करके सोने से दे स्टे सपल and the pain part of it will go off because you have kept moisturized your body. And before going to bed, it is always good to have at least a glass of lemon juice. That's good, so that when you wake up in the morning, you are hydrated well, and 4 5 hours के sleep में you are hydrated well, because we think कि हमको सोने में tired body को कोई problem नहीं होता है. Believe me, when you sleep and you go into your dream state, your mind continuously keeps working. It has not slept in its true sense. So you are actually working, your body is actually working. So आपको उसको वो fluid देना चाहिए ताकि when you wake up in the morning, you are much more agile. Am I right, Dr. Datta?
100%. Yes.
Great.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah, I must say Mrs. Madan is one of those person who never eats after 7 o'clock, if I remember correctly, ma'am. You're one of those very disciplined women as such.
Can I add one small thing?
Yes, please.
We have in Sanskrit, or I mean Vedic culture, ancient Vedic culture, we used to have a process of eating called pratyahar. Pratyahar. That means to say, when you wake up in the morning and you have taken bath and you have gone to your washroom and come out, and I mean prayer session is over, you first take your liver is, your body is, everything is very ready to receive food. At that point of time, what you do, you take 2 to 3 kind of fruits, one each, as a first meal. Then stop, and then don't go for directly for tea or parathas or I mean eating like a king. What you do is, prepare your breakfast, keep it aside, warm, and whenever you feel hungry, go and eat. If you are not feeling hungry till 11, don't eat till 11. And if you're feeling hungry
Okay.
after 9 o'clock, 9:30, you go after that. This what will do, this is called pratyahar. When you're hungry, you eat. That means when you're hungry, your liver and body is ready to assimilate whatever you're trying to get inside your body through breakfast, lunch, or dinner.
Oh, thank
Yeah.
you. Thanks. Thanks.
Yeah, thank you, madam. There was one more question from Mr. Ganesh. He's asking that what are the long-term health issues if one has recovered from COVID?
There are two kind of health issues. Number one, once you are, COVID is a typical of 14-day disease, wherein you need to get quarantined and treated if needed. After that, 14 days is very critical period once you have recovered from COVID. That means to say, the problem is weakness, loss of agility, loss of intent to work, feeling depressed. This is first 15 days problem once you have crossed the first 14 days of COVID disease. But the problem arrives after a month total. Suppose day one COVID and 1 month has passed. The problem of getting small clots inside your body everywhere is a very, real possibility. So what good doctors who are treating COVID does is, after they discharge the patient, they keep the patients on aspirin. Okay. And number two, they keep on following up those patients every 3 days to ask about their well-being. So second month after COVID disease, a month of disease and recovery, and then second month, it's very critical to prevent this clotting attacks. So here comes your simple aspirin, simple follow-up, and what I suggested was Rakt Rakshak blend. If you have been taking it before, then I have seen my patients have not got this kind of complication. But in my operation theater, when I am anesthetizing patients are coming with this problem so often. And I've heard of that many patients who have recovered and gone home and have been eating very well and they were feeling healthy. They have suddenly succumbed to cardiac arrest, heart attack and brain attack suddenly. So we are very much concerned about this clotting issues that is coming up. Other than that, small joint pains, weakness, and liver function depression, this is off and on. That needs to be addressed also. So there are two kinds of things. One is it takes time. Other is needs sudden treatment, sudden follow-up, and proactive strategy to counter or prevent these kind of complications. Thank you.
Yeah, so just to elaborate further on what Dr. Amitabh has said is that there are two sets of long-term problems that happen. One is a general weakness, which is there, and other is a specific weakness because of the clots that get formed, and the clots can go and get themselves lodged somewhere. So therefore, you have to treat yourself in a very, so basically you have to treat yourself like a king. So you should treat your body delicately, understand it properly. And most of the times we as Indians, we don't respect our body. I can say most of us, say for example, you would look at a South Indian lady, she would be taking care, doing all the puja, doing all the studying, she will never take care of her foot. So foot will have a lot of cracks. Now you're not taking care of your body. So foot is equally an important part of our body, which is taking the load of our body. So somebody should take care of you should start taking care of every part of your body. So मंदिर जो है, भगवान ने हमें हमारा शरीर एक मंदिर दिया है. इसको हम अच्छा रखेंगे, इसको फंक्शनली एजाइल रखने की बात हो रही है. यहाँ पे जैसे डॉक्टर दत्ता ने बोला, जिम जाने की जरूरत नहीं है. योगा रेगुलरली प्रैक्टिस करें, ट्रेडिशनल वेज ऑफ डूइंग थिंग्स प्रैक्टिस करें, तो सूर्य नमस्कार करें. तो ये सारे ऑटोमेटिकली अपने आप को फंक्शनली एजाइल रखते हैं. एंड यू स्लोली बिल्ड अप ऑन इट. जितना आपका बॉडी ले पाता है एक्सरसाइज, उतना धीरे धीरे लें, ऐड करें. और when you are hungry, you should eat, Do not eat when you are not hungry, and try and stop eating after 9 o'clock in the night. I know it is not very easy for people who are working, they come late. So whatever is possible, to the extent possible, we should try that. Anybody else who has some questions? We see a lot of participants still there. Please raise your hand.
For the youngsters, I will have a message here.
Yeah, please.
The youngster who wants to go to gym, or who are into advertising or acting business, or into their sports person, and they need to get their body toned for going to gym. What they need to do is, if they have never gone to gym, they should start doing gravity aligned exercises. That is, exercises which a kid does when the kid is not able to walk. Throw your legs, hands, and all by lying down for 7 days. After that, get up and start going 10 rounds in the park. Then start running 20 rounds in the park. Then you look into your health and start increasing your food intake as close to as pratyahar. Then after 3 months, when you are doing, your body gets ready to go to gym. And in the gym, start going for cardio first for a month, then go for light weights for a month, then go for moderate weights for a month, and then go for harder or major weights after that. That means to say, you need to go to gym and hit the gym after 3 to 6 months of doing exercising to bring your body up for that level. And in the gym also, you should be progressive rather than going to hit straight away with large deltoid and pectoralis and chest and this and that. Otherwise, it will cause more harm, long-lasting harm. And I will tell you one thing: when you go to gym, you go for skeletal muscles, but your myocardium, that is that muscle of heart, also get. I mean, it also changes in its physiology. That means because that heart has to take and pump more blood into your muscles that is growing regularly. If you grow them very fast, then the heart is burdened. So you see many big bodybuilders, boxers, and fast runners and Olympic runners, they die of cardiac arrest at around age of 45 to 50. They get heart attack and go off from the world. Why this happens? Because they had not progressed with their muscle enhancement slowly or as per a plan. This leads to mismatch between the cardiac muscle or heart muscles and the body muscles. So when this mismatch occurs, there is very chance when you are stressed, you may get a heart attack kind of thing. So that is why gym is very dangerous for people who are over enthusiastic but less ready. Thank you.
Yeah. So just to add to this, I remember Dr. Datta, one of our colleague, Dr. Manish Gupta, who is a laparoscopic surgeon.
Yes.
He used to tell me that he does inguinal hernia surgeries on youngsters. So I asked him once, how is that you do so many? You don't get so many cases of inguinal hernia. He said, don't tell me, Dr. Shyama, I do close to 30, 40 in a month. I said, how do you get so many patients? So he said, because people go to gym and they have improved their upper torso, but the legs and thigh muscles are not adequately well formed to take the load of the torso of upper part of the body. So what happens, the weakest portion of the body is your inguinal canal. So that is the joint of the thigh and the trunk. That is where things give way. And the youngsters land up with inguinal hernia. It was a very eye-opening thing for me, that I never knew कि जिम जाके भी हमारा problem हो सकता है, and इतने rampant है कि somebody has to do one inguinal surgery on a daily basis.
Yes.
So this is so rampant. So I think I completely agree with you, Dr. Saab, that we should actually look at gymming in a very systematic way. People who understand it. आज के डेट में हर बंदा खोल के बैठ जाता है, जैसा हर बंदा आज के डेट में ब्यूटिशियन है, हर बंदा न्यूट्रिशनिस्ट है. So the very question that Mr. Benjamin asked, that आज के डेट में it is very important to understand. So इसीलिए instead of getting into just anything new which has opened, you should see the antecedents. उस बंदे की qualification जानने की कोशिश करिए, antecedents जानने की कोशिश करिए, कहाँ से पढ़ा है, क्या है, किस जगह से पढ़ा है, क्या क्या किया हुआ है उस बंदे ने, ये सब जान के then elaborate अपना हेल्थ को किसी को हैंड ओवर करें, नहीं तो just don't take risk. Yeah. Okay. So there is one more question, Dr. Saab, from Shudipto. He has a lower back pain for last 18 to 20 years. No amount of asanas, physiotherapy, exercise and medicines have made a difference. Guess only a miracle can make a difference now. He says that I am 27 years old. Sorry, 37 years old.
Sudipto.
Yeah.
Yeah. So my answer to Sudipto is there are two things. First of all, why did he get that pain? Was there any trauma or injury to the spine, or he is getting it just like that? If you can answer this, I will be able to move further.
Okay. Or should I ask Sudipto to personally talk to you, because this is a very specific problem?
Okay. He's welcome to talk. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'll just share your number with him.
Nish, give him my email.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
It is better platform to discuss, open up, and then we will talk if needed or if he feels like.
Okay.
Yeah. Give him my email.
Okay.
Okay. And subject line he should write this meeting.
Yeah. Okay. Any other questions? We have got another 20 minutes to go for the session to end. If Dr. Amitabh, I would like to ask you one question. When you talked about staying positive, so how does one stay positive? मेरे को कोविड हुआ है, मेरे को 15 दिन लोगों ने आइसोलेशन में बिठा दिया है. Stay positive बोलना बहुत आसान है. How do I stay positive? What do I do to stay positive? Do I need to do something?
It is an opportunity for people who have been running amok in the daytime and the evening time to earn more respect, more money, and this and that, and more friends on social media. This is the opportunity to get on friendliness with oneself. That means आप अकेले रहना सीखने का मौका है ये. This is the huge opportunity for a person to stay with himself or herself as a friend. Number one. Number two, try to go back to the childhood time and see what he or she used to like the most when he or she was a child. I mean to say, rehabilitate your wonders of your childhood. It may be reading a book, it may be writing a story, it may be playing chess again, it may be playing Ludo, and many things. The only problem is that because of the isolation, you cannot be with your loved ones or your family or your parents also. But what you can do is, you can keep talking to them. Okay. There are so many things I mean to say. Staying positive is looking within yourself. If you look within yourself, it is unfathomable deep ocean inside yourself. If you look within, you will never be able to reach to the depths. So start trying to do it. Start going back into your memories. Start wondering again. Start becoming your own friend again.
Yeah, I think that is very important. You're very right. Over the years, because of the running around, I remember my mother used to tell me कि बचपन जो है बंदर की जिंदगी होती है, जवानी जो है गधे की जिंदगी होती है, और बुढ़ापा जो है कुत्ते की जिंदगी होती है. मतलब जब आप बच्चे थे तो आप बंदर की तरह यहाँ वहाँ कूदते फांदते थे विदाउट अ पर्पस. जब आप गधे की जिंदगी देते हो इन द एडल्टहुड, you actually work for yourself, your family members, for your friends and everything, earning bread and butter for the family. So you're running, actually, you're not taking care of yourself. And when you become old, you are actually watching over everything in and around you so that they stay protected and secured. So I think ye jo middle age hai, the adulthood hai, this is where it is very important to really timely basis we should introspect and see that what we have done, what we have not done, stay positive and look at good things about ourselves. हम धीरे धीरे अपनी अच्छाइयाँ भूल जाते हैं, धीरे धीरे अपने अंदर की खामियां ज्यादा नजर आती हैं, अपने अंदर की अच्छाइयाँ नहीं नजर आती हैं, हम समय नहीं स्पेंड कर पाते हैं खुद के साथ, हम डे टू डे चीजों में इतना फंस जाते हैं कि खुद को पैम्पर करने का टाइम नहीं मिलता है. So basically staying positive begins with starting to love yourself. Please love yourself first. If you want to shower love to others, you have to start loving yourself. Unless and until you smile, you cannot share smile. If you are sad, you cannot share happiness. You will share only sadness. So if you are happy, you will share happiness. We have one more question from Danuta. Danuta is asking, what is that one thing or things that one should do on an everyday basis to prevent diseases like COVID?
It's a good question. This question should have come very early. I am very happy this question has arrived. I'll tell you about these things. You should know one thing, that COVID gets into your body through nasal breathing or nasal mucosa, through your nose, through inside of your nose, not through your mouth. So what you need to do is you have to prevent bad air or COVID-laden air going inside your nasal cavity. So what you can do is wear mask, but that is not enough. Why it is not enough? Because wearing mask is not a normal behavior for us. 99.9% people, it is not a normal behavior. So why it is not a normal behavior? Because since we were a child, we have never seen anybody wearing mask other than doctors inside the operation theater. Okay. So whenever a person who has never worn any mask wears a mask, starts getting a itchy face. With that, what he or she does is tries to adjust mask, try to scratch nose, try to take off the mask sometimes. So wearing a mask creates more opportunity for the virus to go in, because you are handling your face more often than otherwise. Okay. So what you need to do is every day in the morning, you have to wash your face, dab it dry, don't scratch it dry, dab it dry, and then you apply that scrub that we get very fine scrub available in the market. Take scrub and take some moisturizer, apply a scrub on your face, scrub your face off, and then clean it off again. And then take moisturizer and a bit of sanitizer, mix it up, and put a drop of that sarson ka tel, and mix the whole thing up and apply to the face. What this will do is the pores that are gotten open due to scrubbing, that those will get filled up with emollient in sarson ka tel and the moisturizer, and the sanitizer will also go and sit inside that pore. So after that, when you wear the mask, your face will be less itchy. And even if your fingers are dirty, even if you touch, the pores are containing sanitizer and the emollients, so it will not transmit. Second thing, when we wash our hands, we have started to wash our hand more often because of the instructions of WHO and our health authority. But what we forget is we need to have nail wellness. We need to clean nails also. We have to shorten our nails this time. There is no cosmesis around. There should be no intent to cosmesis with nails this time. You need to keep your nail clean, and when you sanitize your hand, sanitize your nails more properly than hands only, because after all, the tip of the fingers and the nails are going to touch your face. And practice inside the home also, wearing mask and not touching it for maximum amount of time. Slowly you'll see, for 1 hour you're not touching, you're used to it. So this will help.
Danuta, you want to ask that question further? Please unmute yourself and go ahead.
Hello, am I audible?
Yeah, Danuta.
Yeah, I just want to ask how long should we keep wearing the mask? Especially what is happening is when we go to office,
Okay.
around 8.5, 9 hours are there. There are people coming and going, this housekeeping people, the officers, or So what
I
we are doing
understand.
is in the cabin, and when they come, we put on the mask and talk to them, and when they go away, we the mask. Is that, I know it's not the right way, but it is very suffocating to keep the mask for entire 9 hours.
I understand. So what you do is when you are eating, you're having coffee and all, you are anyway removing your mask. Okay. Number two, when you're in the office area where there are crowds, I mean, there are people, 4 or 5 people around you, and somebody is having feeling ill or having a fever or having cough, then you should wear mask irrespective. But you see, if the surrounding people, which are your office mates and all, if they are healthy, they are normal, then you can remove mask and stay maintain a 2 hands distance. But problem is that in the process of 9 hours, you never know when it gets onto you. So it is better, ideal to keep on wearing mask for longer period, but you need to do two things. Go back to home and see which mask fits you best. Go to many people are giving you cotton mask, many people you are giving you 3-layered mask, but you try to choose your mask very diligently which fits your face. It's which covers your nose, no doubt about it, but which fits your face. And after putting them on, you should feel as if it is a second nature and you were born with it. Then only you will be able to I mean elongate your time duration with which you can keep your mask on.
Also, Isme Danuta, one more thing that you can do, just to add to what Dr. Datta has said, is that office areas, I can understand this is a great challenge, that how many hours that you will keep wearing. So one of the ways that you should do is, you should open up your windows. The better the air circulation, external air circulation, the better it is. So viral load will keep on reducing in your cabin. Don't put AC on for a long time. If you ask me, without AC अगर आप अपने कमरे में बैठ सकते हैं तो ये बहुत अच्छी बात है. So keep, now winters are coming in, at least you can reduce your viral load in your office by keeping your doors and windows open. And whenever and make it a habit that every day the door handles, the computer keypads, computers, which are things which are generally touched, you sanitize them with a disinfectant. तो उस पे भी काफी जो है, and fomites carry, fomites मतलब clothes carry the viral load for a longer time than the other areas. So what you can do is every day, जो हमारा ट्रेडिशनल हैबिट भी था कि जब आप घर वापस जाते हैं तो जो भी कुछ पहना था वो सारे चीज को डिस्कार्ड करिए धोने के लिए, and wear a fresh set of clothes so that you are not carrying the virus and you build your immunity. Because I can understand कि ये 24 घंटा मास्क पहन के 7-8 घंटा रहना मुश्किल होता है. So you don't know कि that 10 minutes what you opened, whether it was the time that you caught a virus. So internal body immunity building is also equally important. कि you eat lot of fruits, take lot of fluids, build your body capacity. जैसे daily अदरक खाना, 2-4 लौंग, 2-4 गोल मिर्च खाना, तेज पत्ता लेना अपना खाना में, जो हमारा ट्रेडिशनल खाने का तरीका है. दैट इज वाई होम फूड इज इम्पोर्टेंट, क्योंकि ये हमारे फूड में वैसे भी पड़ते हैं. तो ये ट्रेडिशनली लेना चाहिए. जैसे आई टेल यू हाउ आई डू. मैं अपना पानी के बॉटल में हर दिन 2 पीस लौंग, 4-5 गोल मिर्च, और जो आपका जायफल होता है उसका 1-2 फलियां, और इसके अंदर थोड़ा सा पीस मुलेठी डाल के मैं ले लेती हूँ. कभी मुलेठी डाल दिया तो कभी दालचीनी डाल दिया. कीप सिपिंग दैट वाटर, योर बॉडी इम्यूनिटी विल कीप राइजिंग. एंड जो बाकी चीजें जो हैं वो तो हैं ही, खाने पीने की बात है. वील टेक दैट अप इन डिटेल इन द नेक्स्ट सेशन. बट ये पानी को आप ऐसे लेना शुरू करिए, दैट विल हेल्प यू. योर इम्यूनिटी लेवल गोज अप. कीप द doors and windows open and do not touch anybody. We generally don't do that also. तो आप maintain that जो 2 feet का मतलब ऐसे हाथ स्ट्रेच कर लें तो उतना डिस्टेंस होना चाहिए आपका और अगले बंदे से. So I
one
yeah.
more question I have is
Yeah.
nowadays so in Hyderabad, I stay in Hyderabad. So when I travel, should since the weather is a bit cold, so we don't feel like using the AC in the car. But is it advisable to open down the windows and then put a mask and then drive, or we can just lower down the windows and without mask we can drive? That's one question I wanted to ask. Because normally everyone is saying in order to keep yourself protected, use AC and shut yourself in the car. Hello.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dr. Amita.
No, this is a very good question. What you do is you can keep your windows not fully shut, okay, and then you can put up your mask and then drive, and put the AC off.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Danuta, the point being that the more your fresh air circulation is there, the lesser is the viral load. If it's winters and you are feeling cold, you don't need to keep your AC on. But थोड़ा आधा विंडो चढ़ा के रखिए का मतलब ये है कि धूल मिट्टी ना आए.
Near shut.
Near
Should
shut.
be near shut. Yeah.
हाँ, आपका एयर सर्कुलेशन होते रहे, आपने मास्क पहना है. Does that answer, Danuta?
Yeah. Thank you so much. Thank you, Dr. Amitabh.
Thank you. Okay, so we have one more question from Anirudh Nirmal. He is asking, Anuradha Nirmal, she's asking that after coming back from outside, is it necessary to take a bath, or can we just wash our hands and face and change our clothes?
Yes, taking bath is advisable.
So use lukewarm water. Anuradha, you want to go ahead? Please unmute yourself and go ahead. Anuradha, yeah.
Hello, ma'am.
Yeah, please go ahead.
Actually, ma'am, we are working in hospital, and after coming back, we used to take bath every time. But now the season is changed and winters are coming, so it's very difficult to take bath daily, as we have to change clothes there also. So I just want to know that is it possible to just after coming back we just had our face wash and hand wash and change our clothes. It's sufficient for controlling coronavirus?
Yes, it is sufficient if you hand wash till elbow.
Okay, sir.
And till the knee joint.
Okay, sir.
At least wash that much, because they are the most vulnerable part of the body which are exposed to the outer air and outer exchanges.
Okay, sir. Thank you so much, sir.
Face up to the neck. Face up to the neck.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you so much.
Yeah, with soap solution.
Okay, ma'am.
And what, like Dr. Amitabh already said, that whenever you are putting a emollient or a moisturizer, put a few drops of disinfectant as well along with the moisturizer, and apply it on your face and hands and legs after washing, so that the disinfectant stays with emollient on your body and a little bit of sarson tel. Right, Dr. Datta?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. So there is one more question from Lochab ji. He's saying that please advise for general health precaution, especially diabetes, which people don't care more. I think we should have a separate session on diabetes.
This is a very important question. You can connect Lochab with me on email, because one example I'll give you. People take 30 years medicine, I mean anti-diabetic medicine and all. They never get treated. Basically, they are not getting treated for diabetes, but they are getting treated for their blood sugar levels, which aren't going to take them anywhere. So this is a very important question for lot many diabetics who are roaming around in India and suffering, I tell you. And they end up having kidney failure, this failure, retinopathy, eye problem, multiple problems. So what I want is, you connect Locha with me on email. I'll be able to communicate with him and elaborate on, because it has a lot many layers to uncover.
Yeah,
Or
Lochapji.
we will be taking this topic up next session.
Yeah, Lochapji,
You
would you
connect
like?
Lochap with.
Yeah, so Lochapji, would you like to ask? Please unmute yourself and go ahead.
थैंक यू डॉक्टर साहब। ये
Welcome.
जनरली ऐसा ही होता है कि हम लोग ज्यादा इसकी केयर करते नहीं है। मेरा गला ज्यादा ठीक नहीं है।
Okay.
मैं आपको मेल पे आपसे आई विल डिस्कस विद यू ऑन मेल।
100%. You are welcome. Yeah.
थैंक यू सर, थैंक यू।
Thank you, Lochapji. So you be in touch with him, and he will elaborate this further. And as he rightly pointed out, ki we generally end up treating blood sugar rather than treating diabetes. That is what is the biggest problem. I think some of it is also overzealous treatment from the doctors per se. So there is I would say, as a doctor, I think Dr. Amitabh will also agree that we doctors sometimes overzealously also treat patients, especially old age patients and chronically ill patients, because we think that, you know, ये भी कर दें वो भी कर दें ताकि patient जल्दी अच्छा हो जाए, पर वो with no bad intention, of course, there is always a good intention behind that, but we hardly realize that. Say, I realized that when I was taking care of my parent-in-laws who were older, I realized that very well, that the pediatric doses were working well for them. Adult doses were no longer working well for them. So I realized that as a doctor, and I had sought a lot of help from Dr. Datta to help me to treat my mother-in-law better, who had become very frail and fragile. So I think वो चीज समझना बहुत जरूरी है. And one of the, I tell this to everybody, one of the best person who can advise about body physiology and medication that you take is an anesthetist like Dr. Saab, because they are the one who keep your body supple when you are not telling them. When you are in an unconscious state, they take care of your body. So they understand body physiology and medication reactions very well. So they are the best person you should ask for drug to drug interaction. ये खाने से क्या होगा, वो खाने से क्या होगा. तो however, they don't come to the forefront because their role is primarily at the back end. But I generally bring them to the forefront to talk about these issues because they understand the body physiology much better than any other treating physician. So thank you, Lochapji. So please connect with Dr. Datta further for further discussion on diabetes. Niharika, please unmute yourself and go ahead. Yes, Niharika.
Hello, Dr. Shyama.
Yes.
My question is regarding old people. Am I audible?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, do they need to take any extra precaution above 60 against COVID? What are those?
Okay. Dr. Amitabh?
There are very fantastic questions coming up, and these questions needs to be answered actually. Above 60, what happens is the patients, the people are having one or more diseases with them, like blood pressure, cardiac disease, cardiac illness, and they are having thyroid illnesses. They are fighting with their menstrual problems, post-menopausal problems. They are fighting with their bone and joint problems also. Age brings a lot of problems, and they bring this because we have not taken care of our wellness from the time 40 to 50 years of age. If you put yourself up for wellness between the age range of 40 to 55, then the problems decreases. But as having said that, all the people who are above 60 having some problem or other, they are more vulnerable to COVID-19 disease. The best thing is they should get inside their home and not to come out very often. सबसे बड़ी बात यह है कि you should not be opening your main door of your house once or twice, more than once or twice a day. Number one. Number two, they should go about their routine as they were going about. They should be very finicky about what medication they are on, and they should be more regular and compliant with their medication. And they should be seeking more advice online or over phone from their doctors from whom they are getting treated. And the people who are not having any illness, it's the time to get into their childhood hobby, develop that hobby again, stay more happy, and whenever they go out, they need to wear mask. Whenever they come back, they need to wash themselves, their clothes and all. That is a routine practice also. I mean, this is, everybody knows now because there are a lot of many guidelines are there. The only most important preventive step is not to open the main front door or the room they live in. The door should be closed most of the times. They should not come out so easily until unless needed. So this is a very generic kind of advice, difficult to follow, but if you look into it, it is very easy to follow.
So just to elaborate this further to demystify what Dr. Datta has said, Niharika, is that हम उनके कमरे से जहां तक जरूरत नहीं है बाहर ना निकलें, वो उनका कमरा ओपन रहे, एयर वेंटिलेशन उनके कमरे में अच्छे से होते रहे. They should eat whatever they are given. वो जो भी उनका खाना पीना है, एक दो बंदे जो उनके साथ रेगुलरली इंटरेक्ट करता है उनके थ्रू हो, सब कोई उनके कमरों में ना जाएं, जैसे हम टिपिकली करते हैं बच्चों के साथ, छोटे बच्चों के साथ. तो अननेसेसरली ये ना करें, और रेगुलरली बेडशीट्स है, कवर्स हैं, इनको रेगुलरली चेंज करते रहें once in a week or so that धूल मिट्टी ना रखें. Do not use carpets in your home wherever old people are there, because carpets retain lot of dust and fomites में सबसे ज्यादा बैक्टीरियल लोड होता है. बहुत ज्यादा पर्दे लगाने की कोशिश मत करें, बहुत हेवी पर्दे सब जगह. जहां तक हो सके ओपन करके क्लीन करने रखने वाला जगह सब जैसा है. ऐसे ही कुशन कवर्स mostly best है to have those kind of furnitures which can be easily cleaned, not those kind of furnitures which are difficult to be cleaned. Yes, Dr. Datta.
One specific advice which I want to give.
Yes, sir.
In a home where there are elderly, mother and father who are above 60, in that home also there are youngsters who go out and come in regularly. So those youngsters have a responsibility or a social responsibility, because they are young and fit. They will not get, grave complication or problem from COVID. But the COVID they carry to their home can infect their elderly in the home. So the person, the mother or father of those youngsters should tell them, once they come back from home, from outside, they should go take bath, clean themselves, change clothes, and for a day or two, they do not try to go close to the elderly who are inside their home. Number two, I want to tell one thing, that in Whole Leaves, we have a blend called anti-frailty blend. This is all around detoxification and building, physiology building blend. We have specifically people who are 60 plus. And I have many patients who have been taking this for a year long now. And I must say that most of the people who are taking these things have gotten out of COVID, or they have not got COVID as of yet. So two things. The youngster, when they come back, they should not be allowed to interact with the elderly so actively. And number two, they should be able to take anti-frailty blend, which we offer otherwise. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Amitabh. So, so we have one more question. Sudipto, please go ahead.
Hi. So I'm taking the discussion slightly away from COVID. A couple of minutes back, there was a brief discussion on how to maintain positivity. So my question is that, I see so much of misery all around. People growing old and dying because of several diseases. Even people who are in middle age, they are dying. And I have seen a couple of deaths in my home in this year. None of them related to COVID, but generally because of some or other health conditions.
Yes.
So, I'm not making a generic comment and observation, but actually it pains me within that to, people dying such painful death. And how to retain positivity in the middle of all these things. Having known that I mean, no matter what you do, finally you age, then you develop some disease, and most probably you die a very painful death. So, so I am bit kind of like perplexed how to retain positivity, and yet, I mean, you are always aware of this reality.
Yes. Should I answer?
Yes, thanks. I rest my question.
So Dipto, very interesting question. It is very easy to say mind, mindfulness, looking within, introspecting, being your own friend. Very easy to say, but it is difficult to follow. You mean to say that?
Absolutely, sir. Absolutely. There is so much of talk
Yeah.
about positivity, but I mean, maybe some are able to
Yes.
practice it, but at least I can speak for myself.
So Dipto, I'll tell you, I will just give a starter on this. What is that we should realize one thing only. Just the Almighty has given us this body and mind to do some purposeful thing in this life. But what we do end up doing is earning, fighting, going, I mean, giving the body the stress, taking the body away from the natural ways of life. So when we are involved in or rather I'll say, we are enriched negativity with negativity, and we misuse and abuse our body. We take it to hilt. We stress our body system for our secondary interests, like money, for material, for reaching out to a person, making somebody our own friend, going into group just to sustain, I mean, among office goers, going for night lives and all. So what this takes away is it gives us lot of stress. So our mind and mindfulness go on to a negative state of mind. It reaches a nadir. When I am talking about mind, mindfulness, positivity, that your mind should be neutral first. Then you will be able to feel positivity around it. And that is a altogether different area of talking. What I'm trying to talk is look within, introspect only for a week. How was my last week? What I did all wrong? What should I not be doing, which troubles me in my mind? Bring your mind to neutral level. Whatever positivity you are able to put actively, it will be null and void, because the amount of positivity you are trying to gain is less than negativity you are harboring each day. So try to measure what are the negatives, what are the positives you are trying to do, and bring it up to a neutral level. Once you are neutral, there are many ways to move up. So that is why I'm not talking about how to go about positivity, but identifying your negativity and correcting them makes you come to a level playing field or level playing platform. And above that, positivity is there. It's a very long discussion. I would be happy if you can connect to me on mail. I'll be able to talk to you also.
Sure, sir. Sure, sir. Sure, sir.
Okay, Sudipto?
Yeah, great. Thanks, Sudipto, for the good question. Just to take this discussion 5 minutes more before we wind up. Basically, the point that Dr. Datta is trying to make here is that we as humans should find a purpose. Every other animal is born and they are there only in search of food, and after taking food, they relax, they propagate their species. That's the end of the work. But we as humans, because God has gifted us with brain, we are able to think. So all of us needs to find purpose of our lives. The moment we find a purpose to our life, the running in the life goes down, because then you try to find excellence in the purpose that you want to achieve, because you are on a personal journey to enrich yourself towards the purpose that you want to drive and the excellence that is required for that particular purpose. So you are not competing against anybody. You are only taking yourself from what you're currently doing and what you're capable of doing. So the journey should not be with the others. The journey is yours and my own. So each one of us should strive for that. And by nature, if you ask me, every human being feels more happy when you serve others, when you help others. That is in our inherent nature. So the moment you try and do things for others without any expectation out of it, you naturally go into becoming positive, because when you light one candle from the first candle, the light increases, the light doesn't go down. So the light increases. So when you are happy, you share happiness. So the happiness actually expands. So the point here is that each one of us should think and understand, because greatest responsibilities are with people like us who are educated, because we need to understand that there are people who are standing on the street not getting a morsel of food. We are blessed that next day morning we are alive. I think that itself is a great blessing. We don't consider that as a blessing. We don't thank our friends. We don't thank our people who have helped us to come to the level that we have come in. All these things, burdens us, and that burden, we carry them as our negativity. So start thanking, start showing gratitude for what you have. I think therein, some of the religions like Christianity has a very beautiful way, although that is there as a part of Vedic tradition also, ki hum सुबह उठते ही कराग्रे वसते लक्ष्मी कर मध्य सरस्वती कर मूले तु गोविंद प्रभाते कर दर्शनम बोल के हम शुरू करते हैं. ऐसे ही खाने के पहले हम बोलते हैं हरि दाता हरि भोक्ता हरि अन्नम प्रजापति हरि विप्र शरीरस्तु भोक्ते भोज्यते हरि. हम सब बोलते हैं, बट कहीं ना कहीं ये सारा छूट गया है. But traditions like Christianity have maintained it. They practice gratitude. That is why you would see much more settled or mentally stabler community in Christians. I don't know about Western world, but at least the Indian Christian groups, I see that they are quite stable. In fact, I would say one of the doctors currently are doing research in Gangaram Hospital, and I was privy to that discussion. They are doing Bhujangam as a prayer before starting a surgery. And this, they are doing it as a part of evidence-based research, and they are going in for a multicentric trial on it. So that is a scientific research that your praying actually does a lot of healing to the patients. So I think somewhere we will have to come out of our, what do you actually, COVID के time में I think most of us would have realized कि 20,000-30,000 रुपए में घर चल सकती है बस. ये सबसे बड़ा चीज है समझने वाली बात, कि 20-30 हजार में अगर मेरी घर चल सकती है तो मैं 70,000 क्यों खर्च करूं, किस लिए खर्च कर रहा हूं. ये जो एग्जैक्टली, तो वो जो सेटिस्फेक्शन लेवल है ना, कंटेंटमेंट लेवल, जो महात्मा गांधी ने भी कहा था कि देयर इज एनफ एंड मोर इन दिस अर्थ फॉर need of everybody but not for greed of everybody. I think somewhere we all have become very greedy, and that is what has pulled in the negativity and not the need. Need के लिए आप करते हो तो कभी भी कोई प्रॉब्लम होता ही नहीं. So you are striving to excel. Yes,
I will give Sudipto a homework before he gets get back. He should understand conflict of interest. Sudipto, you should read what is conflict of interest and try to understand that, and we'll talk further. 90% problem will be solved with that.
Great. I think thank you very much for all the participants to interact so beautifully, and we will have a similar session. The next session we are planning on 8th of January. We will come back to you with the session and its details. People have asked for a separate session. Lochab ji, Ganesh ji have asked for a separate session on diabetes. We will have a session on diabetes separately because it's a topic in itself. It can't be addressed like this. We will come back on those, and thank you all the participants for such a elaborate and wonderful discussion, especially on Sunday evening when it is your family time. You are giving it to your own wellness. And as Dr. Datta first time spoke, at the very onset spoke that these 23, 24 people who have come in today are actually quite interested about their own health. That is why they are here. I think kudos to all of you for being there and sparing. Actually, they need a big clap. I think we should clap ourselves, all of us, for being there. And thank you very much for Ben, my colleague, who is supporting us at the back end, and Orkaraj, who is supporting us from the back end, and the entire Whole Leaves team. Sailesh, Niharika, who are supporting this entire initiative from the back end. Thank you very much, and look forward to meeting you all again on 8th of January with some more discussions and a follow-up session. I hope anybody who wants to give us feedback, please write to the email IDs that I have shared with you, because we don't have a separate thing. We will create one. I realize that we should create one. We learn most from you all only. So I think we will give you a feedback link. I think Manoj has also said that we have to create a feedback link. So currently, kindly write it on the email IDs that I have shared on the chat box. And later we will give you a feedback link as well to the people who have registered. Thank you very much. Thank you so much. Thanks, Ben. Thanks, Dr. Datta.
Thank you.
Thank you. Should we disconnect, Ben?
Yes, you can. Everybody can disconnect.